And we're taking our show on the road to DeWitt. Nina, I gotta tell you, there is so much historic charm when you drive into the downtown area, and I am privileged to stand in one of probably the most beautiful buildings in the area, and we're talking about the Opera House. And right now, it's a theater, and News 8 Shelby Kluver is gonna explain to us, she's gonna take us back in time and show us what we are standing in today.
Every good story, be it on the stage or the screen, has to start somewhere. In this case, we're going back to 145 years ago.
It says, ready for grand opening in 1878.
The grand opening of the DeWitt Opera House. For years, traveling troupes performed on its stage until eventually motion pictures made their debut.
Here's Mickey Rooney.
From 1933 to 1964, the Opera House would print programs.
Jean Harlow, James Dunn.
Telegraphing who and what would be playing.
Tuesday and Wednesday night, Gold Diggers of 1933.
Those same programs now live at the Central Community Historical Society, under the watch of President Anne Sankson and her team.
It's amazing how far we've come over the years.
But 100 years later, the Opera House had fallen into disrepair. So much so, it was to be sold and shut down. The curtain closed, at least on the first act.
But we were just interested in not having it close.
That's when John Peavy, Pat Henriksen, and a few others stepped in.
Pancake breakfasts and, maybe a hamburger night or made right night and anything to raise funds.
I think in about 5 days we walked around town, gathered about $25,000 and bought it.
The crew gutted the Opera House, and by 1981, it reopened to the public as a modern-day movie theater. But our story doesn't end there.
It was kind of the beginning of kind of a can-do attitude for DeWitt. So there hasn't been much that we put our mind to that we haven't been able to do.
And then they looked at each other and looked around and said, well, what else can we do?
The answer to that question would change the future of Clinton County.
And the idea was that we're not going to go through this again. We want something that's always there to receive money or to give it away.
Thus, the LincolnWay Community Foundation was born.
We serve 12 different communities within Clinton County.
Today, Amanda Willimack is the foundation's executive director.
We've given out over $10 million worth of money back into the communities.
From bike helmet drives to veterans memorials to helping fund DeWitt's new library, LincolnWay is dedicated to making Clinton County a better place.
It took all of us working together to build this.
What started as a dream to save the Opera House now lives on as something much, much bigger.
Dream come true? If you put your mind to something, you can do it.
And isn't that a very happy ending indeed? In DeWitt, Shelby Kluver, WQAD News 8.
And even today, the theater keeps those tickets at $5, and I'm told their popcorn is made with real butter, and I've been trying it, I've been eating it between this story, and it is very good. And the founding members of the LincolnWay say that the whole reason for saving this Opera House was to make it accessible to everyone, which is just incredible.